Hello, welcome to the Love Heals Method. I'm Sophia Rose, and I'm delighted that you're here with me today for this video, which is video 6 in my 7-part video series on heart-centered chakra healing for women. Last week we talked about, and I talked about, chakra 5 and how to heal that chakra with speaking your truth and from your heart and with love. This week we are moving up to the 6th chakra, which is right in the center of the forehead. And this is often called your third eye. Now, before I begin, if you're new to my channel, please know that I teach women basically how to holistically heal their bodies, their relationships, and their lives with the power of love, starting with self-love and divine love. And I do this through my unique chakra healing coaching, heart-centered chakra healing coaching for women, and with my book behind me there, the poster, Secrets of the Empowered Woman, and also with divine love numerology readings. So, and guided meditations as well. It's all available on my website. So please check that out. It's thelovehealsmethod.com, and I'm sure there's a link in the description of this video. Now, back to chakra 6, the third eye. The element of this chakra is light. And it's like a light, this third eye, that helps us to see things clearly. What this chakra is about is insight, self-reflection and insight, intuition. It's connected with our intuition, this third eye, even though as women, we experience our intuition in different ways and in different chakras. For example, when I did the video on the heart chakra, I talked about how this is our center of inner knowing. And it's a very powerful intuitive center. I know it is for me, but each woman has a different kind of intuition that maybe is the strongest for her. You may have the gut feelings in your womb space in that second chakra. Maybe you really are clairvoyant, which is more related to this chakra, the third eye, and you see things or you have visions. But at any rate, it's connected with this 6th chakra, or it's associated with the 6th chakra, intuition, and the third eye, because basically this is our higher awareness, and which is the awareness of our soul, right? And your intuition is the voice of your soul or your spirit, however you want to word that. Now, in addition to that, this chakra is also about your imagination, vision, having a vision for your life vision, and manifesting that life vision. It's also related to color, right? Color and beauty. And I didn't mention it in the other chakras. I was really saving it for this one about color and light with the 6th chakra, but all of the chakras are associated with a certain color, because colors have vibrations. And the first chakra, let's see, was red. It's connected with the color red. The second one is orange, and that one in your the feminine power center. The third one in the solar plexus is associated with the color yellow. It's like a yellow, bright yellow sun. The fourth heart chakra is the color green, and the higher heart chakra right above it near the thymus gland there is pink. And then we have the throat chakra, which is a light blue, like a sky blue. This one here that we're working on today, talking about the 6th chakra, is like a deep, deep indigo blue. And the 7th chakra, which we will go into next with the next video, is violet. Now, this colors vary according to certain traditions, but those are the basic ones. It's basically like a rainbow of light that we have inside of us with these chakras. So, in addition to that, this chakra, the main things that we're going to talk about, or I'm going to talk about in this video and teach, is about this ability that we have in this chakra to choose how we are going to see ourselves. How are we going to see or perceive others? How are we going to see or perceive the circumstances of our life in general, and also our life challenges, especially? We get to choose with our higher awareness of this sixth chakra how we're going to see things, how we're going to perceive things. So that's what this chakra is all about. Now, as I've done in other videos, I'm going to share what are some signs that could tell you that you may have some healing to do in your sixth chakra. If you tend to be overly intellectual and overly analytical, where you're in your head all the time and really not very connected to your heart and your intuition, that is saying that you have an imbalance here. You may even tend to obsess, mentally obsess about things. That is a sign that you have some healing to do here. Also, any sign of mental illness, memory problems. Physically, you might have headaches or migraines, and you might be closed-minded. I'm trying to think here. I have my notes as usual if there's anything else I want to mention, but those are the main ones. And well, the main one, because it's going to relate to what I'm talking about here, that says that you have an imbalance too, is that you only, or you need healing in the chakra, you only see and perceive yourself, other people, life, and your life challenges from the perspective of your human self, your mind, and your ego. Only from that. Okay, it's okay to look at life. We are human. Okay, that's fine. But there's also an additional way to look at life that really heals this chakra 6. Okay, so that's what I want to talk about next. What are the healing practices for healing this chakra? Well, the first one is you want to get more connected to your heart and to your intuition. Okay, that third eye, the intuition. Women are just naturally very intuitive, but our culture, as I talked about in Chakra 2, the Chakra 2 video, just has is discounted feminine energy, which intuition is a part of, for so long that we often tend to discount our own intuition and just think logic is the way to go. And that's how we can get overly analytical, overly, intellectual. So to get more connected, with your intuition, everything is connected with all the chakras. So everything I've shared and been teaching for chakras 1 through 5 is going to help you connect with your intuition when you heal all of those chakras. For example, the first chakra we need to be grounded and in the present moment, and to hear, see, feel, connect with our intuitive guidance. If we're anxious and stressed and we're not, in our bodies, we're going to have more trouble connecting with our intuition. And with the second chakra, you have, if we have really the second and the fourth, if you have a lot of emotional baggage, emotional experiences, and you don't know how to work with your emotions, so you have a lot of stuck emotional energy, that can get in the way of you connecting with hearing, listening, or feeling, however you, as I said, experience your intuition. It could be like a blocked drain, you know what I mean? So the more you heal and release stuck emotions, emotional energy, or old negative thought patterns, thoughts are connected somewhat with chakra 3, because 3 is connected with the mental plane. The more you release that, then the more clear your intuition will become. And this is also about beliefs, right? Beliefs relate to how we perceive things. Our beliefs are like glasses that we put on in terms of how we're perceiving things. So obviously working on beliefs, releasing false beliefs and limiting beliefs is going to help here too with how we're perceiving things. So you want to be in touch with your intuition more, out of your head, into your body, into your intuition, and into your heart. Why the heart is because, as I talked about, the heart is like the seat of your soul. This is your where you can connect with that love, which is who you really are, right, at your deepest essence. And your soul, so basically what you want to do to heal this chakra is you want to also, in addition to seeing yourself, others, and life challenges from your human self, from your ego and your mind, this chakra you can choose to also see yourself, others, and life, and especially your life challenges, from the perception of your soul. And your soul, your higher awareness, your soul lives in love and wisdom. Okay, this is like the eye of wisdom, all the wisdom that you've gained, all the wisdom that you can connect to, as I said, through your womb space, that second chakra, your heart, that unlimited intelligence. And here it's that ability that you have with your conscious mind to choose how you see something is where your power is. Okay. So the tools, and this means you want to see things from the perspective of love, right? Just as I was talking about in the fifth chakra. In the last video, you want to speak with love. You want to have come from a place of love, which is being, connected to your heart. So one of the most powerful tools that I have found to help you to see things from the perspective of your soul and to have a deeper sense of purpose and meaning in life, which this chakra is also about. And chakra 6 and 7 are very closely related. That's 7 can also be about the purpose. But here I want to say that a very powerful tool is numerology, and which is why I have studied it and utilize it in my coaching sessions and just to do readings, for women. I also do numerology readings for men as well, but the chakra healing work I do is with women. But when I found out there's a key number in numerology, which is your life path, when I found out what that was for me and understood it, because it's all about self-understanding, which brings self-acceptance, which brings self-love, and it just really helped me and changed me in so many positive ways. So this is why I, as I said, work with my clients with this also, because the numerology is like the science of mathematics or the spirituality of numbers, and numbers have energy. And the whole premise is, and I believe this to be so, is that we as souls choose to come into this life, and we choose the day we're going to be born, which has certain numbers, which has a certain vibration, and we choose even our name, believe it or not, because the letters have vibrations because they're associated with numbers. We come here because we have certain things that we want to learn. Our soul is all about learning, growth, and expansion. And so we have a purpose. There's a divine purpose, right? Why each of us is here, unique to all of us. Even if someone has the same life path number, there's other numbers in the chart, and everyone's unique. Everyone's completely unique. I can't go into numerology a lot in this video, but I just wanted to mention it's a tool, and how the philosophy is you're choosing to have these experiences in your life. Now, this is not you've chosen a certain path, I guess, so you can have the growth opportunities that your soul wants to have. That's a very higher awareness way of looking at life. In other words, that there are not just random tragedies and traumas. There's a purpose behind everything that happens to you in this lifetime. So if we look at this, let's look at the different a couple of different aspects of our life here. Your health and your body. Okay, we actually choose the kind of body we're meant to have. I have an extremely sensitive body, which actually goes along with my life path. When I understood that, it helped me to love and accept myself so much more than wishing I had a different body. The experiences that we have with our health, first of all, there's the body, mind, emotion connection. So anytime you have a health challenge, your body is trying to communicate something to you, right? You want to ask, what might you have, say you have a problem with your lungs, what might my lungs be trying to tell me with this illness, right? What might my heart be trying to tell me in this illness if you have a heart condition? My breasts, if you have some breast disease. Uh, those are all fourth chakra issues, much related to self-love and the need for self-love. But so your body is communicating to you on that level. So it's not just random, right, that we have some health challenge. But on the other hand, it might be that there's not a whole lot, sometimes kids are real sick or we're born with disabilities, all kinds of things happen, right? Well, a lot of times there's a spiritual purpose for these physical illnesses, that soul of the child and that mother, say, have a soul agreement. The mother wants to learn certain things, right? Maybe about compassion, about spiritual awakening. I mean, there's just so many things. I'll give you a personal example. For example, in my life, I won't even go into all of the adversity that I have had to overcome, all of the challenges I have had, starting in childhood, and then having early also health challenges. Also, then had my mother who died when I was young of cancer. Now, all of that, though, there was a reason. Of course, when it was happening, like with my mother, I was like, what is the purpose of life? Why am I here? But later on in my life, I saw that that was all preparation for me to do the work that I did. I worked at that holistic body, mind, spirit retreat center, I think I mentioned, for 15 years. Well, guess what? Many of the women that came there were had cancer. Okay, so there are no accidents, is what I'm trying to say. Your soul is here on purpose. But we have to look at things. We have to choose. We don't have to, but we can choose how we view things. So one of the most powerful questions you can ask yourself in a painful, challenging life circumstance or illness, what might my soul be wanting me to learn through this? What might my soul be wanting? What might my soul be wanting to, in what way might my soul want me to grow through this experience? Right? Ask yourself that question. Even if you don't believe that your soul is wanted to learn certain lessons, you can always look at things like, what is the blessing in this situation? There's always something. There's always something to be grateful for. But that can only come to light, right, when we are choosing to see that, when we are looking for that. Okay. The other thing is relationships and relationship challenges. Again, according to the science of numerology, that we have soul agreements with people. When I learned about what the soul agreement was, the life path of an ex-boyfriend of mine and my life path, and what the soul agreement was between us that had to do with a number, I cannot tell you how much that helped me understand, the relationship. It's amazing. We don't meet people and have significant relationships by accident either, right? We are choosing to have certain relationships with people. There's things that are destined. There are a lot of things that are a part of our destiny, but yet we always have free will to choose how we're going to respond to what's happening, how we're going to be in that relationship for as long as it lasts, right? So I can't go into that too much more. That really gets more in depth with relationships numerology. But whether it's career, you may have a career challenge. Numerology can really help you to understand what your gifts and your talents are, and what kind of work you're more suited for, what kind of work you really came here to do, how what your contribution is, what you want to contribute to this world. And that work may be at home, being a mother too. It doesn't have to be work either, at a job. We all have a unique soul path. So to heal this chakra, the main message I wanted to get out to you with this video is that when you choose to see things from your soul's perspective, like I'm talking about, and it's from the perspective of love and your heart, okay? Because this is a loving, your soul, as I said, lives in love. And love is the most powerful force there is. As I've said so many times, love is what heals us. So when we're only looking at things through our human eyes, through our mind and our ego, we're often in fear. And it looks pretty scary in this world, right? This is, there's a lot going on. But when we can go into that higher awareness and look at things from our heart, from love, and see with the eyes of love, we understand things, or we have more of a sense of purpose, and it changes and it heals us, right? It helps us to heal our body and relationships when we understand what the purpose is of that relationship, or of that illness, or of that career or life challenge. Also, just in general with people, are we going to see people when people are not being very nice, or they're having we have a difficult person, that we're dealing with? We can choose with this chakra to see them from the eyes of love and compassion, to understand that when people are not being very nice, being difficult, oftentimes it's coming from pain and difficulty, something they're going through. So you can see things through the eyes of love, other people in that way also, and compassion. And that doesn't mean that you don't have boundaries. Okay, that third chakra and those boundaries, you could set those boundaries with love. It's not, you don't want to be so compassionate that you don't have any personal boundaries, and you allow people to mistreat you. Not what you want to do. So I hope that this is helpful. I hope that if you want to learn more about numerology, I do free 30-minute consultations. Just go to my website, go to the contact section. Excuse me, I've been talking so much. I'll probably put a link in this video description directly to the contact section. But whatever kind of help you need, I'm here. I would love to help and support you with heart-centered chakra healing, with your health challenges, with your relationship challenges, with your life challenges, career. It's all interconnected, as I've said. Everything is all interconnected. And your soul has a divine purpose, right? Choose to see, learn, and understand more about what that purpose is. Even if you don't talk to or work with me, explore, self-reflect, and you'll gain insights. And also, when you are more connected, as I said, to your soul, you will get guidance as to what to do, and you just need to follow that. It will come through your intuition. Okay, it comes through your intuition. Follow that, listen to it, trust it. Trust your intuition. Your women's intuition is so powerful. Okay, I hope you have a wonderful evening, a wonderful week, and I can't believe we're almost at the final video, Chakra 7, the Crown Chakra, which will be the next video. Until then, I wish you so much love and many healing blessings. Bye for now.